Hello all, Jamerkin here. I got my ASUS EPC 3 days ago, and so I decided to do a little bit of a review slash impressions video regarding it. I'll go through some of the ports, I guess. First, you see you have your Ethernet. You see that? Turn on the light over here. Here we go. Okay, so you have your Ethernet. There we go. Ethernet, blocked off modem port, USB vents, in and out ports for audio. Mic is actually under the bottom here, which is kind of a stupid location, but whatever. It's SDHC slot, 2 USB ports and VGA port, and a Kensington lock there. Even though it kind of blocks the VGA port, which is another stupid place to put it, but whatever, I don't use it, doesn't matter. Okay, you got your battery, which is all back here, and then you have your nice open panel here, which I personally keep the screws off of so that I can just open up, access the back for my RAM, and then I close back like so. It takes a little bit of getting used to close this thing because it's gotta do it just right. Hold on. There we go. That back on. Alright? So it's nice and small. You can actually hold it like they show you in the ad. If you ever see, you can hold it like they do in the ad. It's very light. Yeah. It's not a fake. There. Okay, and so I'll open it. Open it there. And so you have your keys. See my finger to a key. It's kind of small. You have to get used to it. I'm kind of getting used to it, but as some others have commented, if you notice, there's a one key here. Usually you have a tilde key there, and then you have one here. So sometimes I press this button when I want to push one. So it's just getting used to that orientation. But other than that, it's pretty good. Sometimes some keys, when you push them, they don't show up on the screen, so they don't. The keyboard doesn't. Computer doesn't recognize the keystroke sometimes. So like M and S are usually the keys that I noticed that for. The pad is alright. This scroll thing here is kind of hard to do because of this part here. It'd be nice if this part actually was for scrolling, if they actually incorporated some kind of a extended part so it could be scrolling right there instead of have this so close to the edge, because it's like impossible. You have to use your left hand to scroll, but I never use it anyway because it just doesn't really work that well. Left and right keys are okay. I mean, I prefer if it was separate, but that's that. Speaker is actually just right there. This whole thing is just a little grill to kind of make it seem like that's a speaker. But if you ever look, you actually see like a small little circle there, and that's where the speakers are. Camera is good quality. I've talked to people with it, but I had to overclock it to 900 megahertz, or put it to 900 megahertz, whichever way you want to say it, in order for it to get good video playback and video encoding, I guess, because the person saw me kind of lagging, and then when I put it up to 900 it was good. Alright, so I'm going to turn this on now so you can see how quick this thing goes out of startup. There we go, we're back. And as you can see, I've installed XP on this thing and removed Xandros because that thing was, in my opinion, very underpowered, not very great. Alright, and so I'm going to log in by touching the screen. As you can see, I don't know if you noticed before, but my screen's kind of glossy. I've added a touch screen to mine as well. So really and truly, the touchscreen feature I personally like, but I like it really when I use the stylus instead of using my finger, because some people like it with using their finger instead, but I find it to get all smudged up, and just also my finger's kind of big for the screen. But overall though, it's a nice addition, and it's really tough, as people have said, compared to that of using the E with the screen itself, it was very soft. You could barely touch it, and you saw the pixels move around a little bit. That's kind of scary in my opinion, because I wouldn't want to accidentally jab the screen and have a big spot there, so I can hit this as much as I want and nothing will happen. Now another thing that I found really cool, at least with the touchscreen, was that you could do something like this. You could take your laptop with Control Alt and down, and it flips the screen. Now you may be wondering, well, how's that useful? Well, you can take your laptop and lay it on its screen, because the screen's so heavy and the hinge actually makes it so that the laptop can stay like this. And now my laptop is, let me see if you can see that, upside down. So now I can use this thing as if it were like a little tablet. So go onto the website, go to the internet, let me make it sharp. So once you've turned the laptop, you can actually go to a website, let's say like Engadget or something, and you can like scroll through the site, or you can just, you know, flick through the site, because I've actually installed like the little flicking plugin for for Firefox. You can I forgot to delete the ads though, so I'm gonna add that later. You can flick through the site. No, and it makes it a little easier, because like the screen is so close to the table that it's really nice to just, you know, flick through it that way, and just go through flicking and reading along. You know, so it's really nice to be able to, you know, do that. And it's funny because, I mean, you know, the laptop really isn't supposed to be oriented this way, but yet it works, because it doesn't tip over. Because like if I push it this way, it wants to lean back on itself, because the screen is so heavy, or the hinge is leaning toward the screen more so than the actual base is. If you put it on the base and you lean this thing a little bit further back, it eventually starts to tip. See that? I mean, you barely touch it and it tips when it goes right back down. So not a great design, but I mean, it works out for those who have tablets. And then when you don't want your screen to be oriented this way, you can Control Alt again. So go back up, and then it's back in its proper state, and the touchscreen still works fine.